Have you ever wondered why you crave intensity? Why you get bored the moment things become routine? Why you chase that feeling, that rush, even when you know it won't feel the same as last time? It's not a flaw, it's not ADHD. It's something deeper. Your brain runs on dopamine, the chemical of motivation, curiosity, and drive. But in today's low dopamine world of screens, schedules, and overstimulation, your ancient brain is fighting a modern war. These are 10 signs you have a high dopamine brain and how to make it your greatest strength instead of your biggest struggle. 1. You love the beginning but hate the maintenance. You're unstoppable when you start something new. A new job, a new idea, a new passion project, you're all in. But once the excitement fades and things become predictable, you lose interest. That's because dopamine doesn't reward the achievement, it rewards the anticipation. Stanford University studies show that dopamine peaks before the reward, not after. That's why you love the chase, not the catch. 2. You crave rushes in all forms. It doesn't have to be drugs or danger. It could be the adrenaline of driving fast, meeting new people, traveling somewhere unknown, or starting a new creative project. For you, the rush isn't escape, it's aliveness. Your brain is wired for novelty and risk, the same wiring that helped early humans explore new territories and survive. But without balance, that same drive can lead to burnout, restlessness, or self-sabotage. 3. You know your brain is lying, but it still wins sometimes. You know watching that same show again won't hit like it used to. You know that cookie or drink won't fix the feeling. But your brain screams, do it, you'll feel good again. It's because dopamine doesn't remember the action, it remembers the feeling. The brain confuses nostalgia for need. And that's why cravings feel so real, even when logic says no. 4. You need both freedom and safety. You love adventure, but only when there's a home base to come back to. You thrive with a mix of stability and spontaneity. A daily coffee ritual, your workouts, your space. But also the freedom to explore, create, or chase a new idea whenever it calls. This is biological. In evolutionary terms, humans who explored new things and maintained safety had the best chance of survival. You're that dual archetype, the seeker with a strong base. 5. Routine doesn't kill you, it fuels you. People think high dopamine types can't handle repetition, but that's wrong. The truth is, you love purposeful routine. You thrive when the routine gives you energy, like daily training, coffee, or meditation. What you hate is meaningless routine, tasks with no emotional spark. For me, this was going to my corporate job, doing work that felt meaningless. I constantly had the feeling that the world will continue just fine without me doing this job, and that was the truth. So you're not lazy. You're just neurologically allergic to boredom and things that feel meaningless to you. 6. You feel things intensely, both highs and lows. High dopamine people don't just chase highs, they feel deeply. Music hits harder. Beauty, love, excitement, even sadness, everything has more color. That emotional sensitivity is part of what makes you creative and intuitive. But it also means you burn brighter and faster than most. 7. You're addicted to potential. You see possibilities everywhere. A new idea, a new connection, a new project, you feel its energy instantly. You fall in love with what could be. That's a dopamine trait. The brain releases dopamine when imagining the future, not the present. It's what drives visionaries, inventors, and creators, but it's also why finishing things can feel anticlimactic. For me, the daily operations at my job was boring. I needed excitement. I needed the rush of not knowing if I'd succeed or not. 8. You recharge alone, but you crave connection. You might love people, but you also need solitude to reset your system. Because every interaction, every new experience floods your brain with dopamine. After a while, you hit overload. So you withdraw, not because you dislike others, but because you need to rebalance your chemistry. Solitude is your reset button. 9. You're not built for the modern world, and that's okay. Our ancestors lived in constant motion, challenge, and nature. Today, we live in constant comfort and stimulation. Scrolling, deadlines, notifications. Your brain still thinks it's living 100,000 years ago. That's why you crave movement, challenge, and nature. You're not broken, you're wired for a world that no longer exists. 10. You're meant to evolve the system, not fit into it. High dopamine people are the ones who change the world. They're the explorers, the builders, the creators, the ones who say, there has to be another way. You're not supposed to blend in. You're here to experiment, to question, to feel, to create, and to remind others what it means to be alive. But to thrive, you have to master both sides of your nature. The stillness that grounds you and the fire that drives you. So if this sounds like you, if you've always felt torn between calm and chaos, between safety and adventure, that's not confusion, that's design. Your brain isn't broken, it's beautifully intense. The trick isn't to shut it down. It's to give it what it needs: purpose, movement, challenge, and moments of real peace. Because when a high dopamine mind finds balance, it doesn't just live, it ignites.